Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is a paper, October 2023, 33 variant, complete pure 3 paper. Let's try to solve the questions. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We have given here a set of values. How we can solve this one? 1 minute, please. Let me check. Okay. Okay. So what is the method to start this question? This is less than. And whenever the less than concept comes, so, for example, I give an idea, x minus 2 modulus, and here less than 5. What we do this kind of questions? One time this value with a positive and one time with a negative we write here. And due to lesser, we stay inside. This is a way of writing. Then what to write? This x minus 2 one time bigger than minus 5. Look, I show you. And one time this x minus 2 is less than 5. Sorry, this is a 5, not 0. And not even 5, minus 5. This is a way of writing. And if you want to know if it's come more, like for example, more than 5, we draw a parabolic shape here, -5, a +5. Bigger means what? Outside. How to write this one? So x minus 2 come from here, less than minus 5 and more than minus 5. I believe this part is clear now. So same story here, we'll do it. So 2 power x plus 1 minus 2 is one time. If I show you, I think there's no need to show because you got idea. One time positive 5 comes, a positive, and one time it is coming with a negative. Let me recheck. Yes, correct. And now what happens, students? 2 will go here. It will become 2.5. And 2 to the power x plus 1 left behind. 2 will go there. And it will become 1.5. Now, student, I will take logarithm of both sides. Log of 2 to the power x plus 1. Take logarithm here. Take logarithm here. So I think, student, this is all clear. Okay. Now, what is plan after this? How we can continue? I have to bring it down due to log property. So x plus 1, I get log of 2 and ln 2.5. Same story here, ln 1.5. Okay, now what to do? My target is x subject. So this ln 2 will divide both sides. I will get x plus 1 in the middle, ln 2.5 over ln 2. And here ln 1.5 over ln 2. And wait a minute, student. And then this one will subtract and subtract. I'll get x in the middle, log of 2.5 by log of 2 minus 1, log of 1.5 of the log of 2 and minus 1. It is a matter of just typing in calculator. Okay, I think clear. Wait a minute. Okay, so I'm typing in calculator 1 by 1, log of 2.5 and log of 2 minus 1. I'm getting 0.322. And second one, I'm getting negative 0.415. So alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen, I think the point is very, very clear. Question number 2. On an arcane diagram, shade the region whose point representing the complex number satisfying this and this. This is called perpendicular bisector. I will write this way. From these two numbers, I must take common out. It's a rule of the topic. And here I what z and 0 plus 0 iota. As I said, you this negative sign and this negative sign is a fix. Okay, and now, and you know, student, but when we make it, this is whenever modulus involved on both sides is as a topic of is diagram of our perpendicular bisector. And if I make it, students, 1 minus 2, so 1 right side and 2 downwards. And what is second point? 0, 0. So 0, 0 here. I will draw a perpendicular bisector, put needle here, make an arc, put needle here, make an arc. I get this kind of line. I just draw roughly, inshallah. I mean, just after this one, I'm going to do this neat work. So just a rough work in exam. If this come this way, you can make a rough idea. Take the negative common, you got a 2 plus 0 iota. Is when modulus involve one side, not like this, two sides. We have draw circle, center what here, and radius is 1. So because circle like this, and wait a minute, students, radius is 1. It is a 2. Okay, radius is 1. Wait a minute. So if this is 1, this is a 2, and this is a 3, I think this is acceptable. How come? Center coming at 2, 0, and this radius 1. So this distance 1, this distance 1. So I think this is clear. Now I'm going to combine both. So let's start. And according to the plan, this is 2. Here we have 3. Here we have 1. And same distance I will make here. I hope so clear. And same distance I'll make down. Okay. Now, what is the distance here? Same distance I'll make it here. So this is a 1, as you see, is meeting 1. And here 2, negative 2. And this 1 and negative 2 is here. This point and this point. And I'm taking scale. This line is not important to join. If you don't join it, no problem at all. But I join it just sake of you understanding. And what is this is called perpendicular bisector, which go through the middle and making 90 degree. And this is a perpendicular bisector, this blue line. And for your knowledge, put needle here. You make an arc like this. Put needle, same compass. You see these 2 points intersection. Actually, this arc we have to make before. Put needle here, make this arc. Put needle here, make this arc. And compass is, I think, I'm not saying compulsory compass to use, but if you use, it's good to make it, diagram will come close to accurate. Because students are not that much expert, they say there are some technicalities comes as well. And what is said that shade a region which is coming satisfying the inequality. And now interesting part, where shading part. So this is a toward, you know, always basic criteria when you see the inequality less than, toward less than what the point that is shading. For example, toward lesser, we have 1 minus 2 here. This is a, we have to mention 1 minus 2. Okay, because even he said 1 minus 2. So towards 1 minus 2 is called lesser. So this lower portion I will shade here. Toward lesser, whatever the point, shade that side. And what is this one, students? In the circle. Now I combine them in the circle and less than the below the line. So I think the common region is coming this. And I believe you got a point very clear. And this is you write or you don't write, no problem, but better to write. Real axis. And you must know, this is what I'm writing is just for knowledge. Imaginary of z equal to 0, equation of real axis. This you don't write, no problem, just extra knowledge. This is called imaginary axis. An equation will become real of z is equals to 0. Okay, and this extra knowledge. Let's go for next question, number 3. This polynomial expressed denoted by p of x. So let me write. P of x is divided by this remainder minus 38. It means when I plug in -2 everywhere, must put minus 38. This is the whole story. Okay, so let's try to do it. What is method? I will plug in this equal to 0. When I plug in x plus 2 equal to 0, I got x is equal to minus 2. Replace whole equation x is equals to minus 2. When I replace every x by minus 2, you can see minus 2 to the power 3, and here -2 to the power 2, and here -2 plus 6. This is equal to minus 38 because this representing remainder. So minus 38, this is -8 into 2, -16. And here positive 4a, -2b plus 6. So I can write it simple. -38 is already present, plus 16 and minus 6. I get -28. -28 equals to 4a and -2b. If I divide by 2 or you don't divide, no problem at all. Okay, this is a clear. Now, students, we can go for second equation. Second equation said divided by this one, remainder is the same story. I will do it. Same story, same story. So I copy everything and I paste here. But this time I will not put -2. I will put this equal to 0 and this equal to 0. I got a x is equal to positive half. So I replace every bracket value by and make it positive half. If you can ask how come, sir, how are you getting positive half equal to 0? So I can say 2x minus 1 equal to 0. 1 goes there and 2 divides. So I replace every x by -2. When I replace here, sorry, minus half, sorry, positive half, sorry. I put replace by positive half. Okay, so this is becoming what is equal to 19/2. This 8 and 2 cancel. I got of 1/4. Here a/4. Here b by 2 and plus 6. LCM of 2, 4, 4, and 8 is 4. I'll multiply whole equation by 4. Here 2 cancel. I got a 38. Here 1. Here a. Here 2b plus 6. And student, simply 38 minus 1 and minus 6. I got 31 is equals to a plus 2b. Equation number 2 done. Okay, student, I think the upper equation, or I think no need to dividing. This upper equation I copy paste. And okay. This will cancel and I get it here 5a. Here out of 31 minus 28. 1 minute. I think there is some mistake. Where is a mistake? Hold on, student. Maybe. Yes, student, there's two correction here. First of all, when I divide by 2, this is a, first of all, this is a 2 only. Okay, this mistake is clear. And let me check. Yeah, this is a 2, 2 is a 4. And let's go for below. When into 4, all done, but 64, 6 to 24, not done. So this is a clear. Now this is becoming 24. And now 38 minus 1 minus 24, I get 13. So this is 13, students. And now I copied this top equation and I get it what here? 28 minus 13, I get negative 15. And if we check from here, so now we can continue. And this is A becomes negative 3. Okay, this value negative 3, I can plug in any question, but I think I can plug in this one. So finally, I get what? Put in 2. So 13 is equals to negative 3 plus 2b. I got 16 and b becomes 8. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, all points are clear. Question number next. He said to solve the quadratic equation and give answer in this form. So what is the technique? How we can start a question? Best technique, because you can see this is a w square. So this is a quadratic question. This is called A. This negative 2 is called B. This is called C. Now, students, I can apply quadratic formula because it's W here. So formula is what? Negative B plus and minus B square minus 4A and C over 2A. Okay. Negative B, and this is coming here, and this is coming here, and 2A. All right. Negative, negative, positive 2, plus and minus. And this inside the root is getting 4, positive, negative 4. And you know, student, when you multiply A plus B times 2A minus B, first term same, second term same, signs opposite. So square of A minus square of B, same story here. First term same, second term same, signs opposite. So I can say inside 3 square minus iota square. And 2 times 2, 3 plus iota. And then what further we can do here. Minus 4 inside 9 and iota square. Iota itself is minus 1 root. If I take square of both sides, I get minus 1. So this minus 1 goes there, minus minus plus. I got a plus 1. Okay, and 2 plus and minus. This is a 10. 10, 4 is a 40. Out of 40, 4 gone, negative 36. And I get this. Negative 36, I can break in 2 parts. 36 into negative 1. Root. So root of 36 separate and the root of negative 1 separate. I got 6 iota. Okay, take 2 common from top, 1 plus and minus 3 iota. And that 2 is cancelled with this 2 after common out. So I get 3 plus iota. So students, after I think here you understood up till now. And let me recheck finally. 2 3s are 6 and 2 3. Okay. And now I can split them. 1 time 1 plus 3 iota over 3 plus iota. And 1 time 1 minus 3 iota over 3 plus iota. Okay. 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are, and 2 1s are 2. Okay. So student, let's complete. But is it acceptable? No. The word rationalization, rationalize, rational Rationalize. Same here. What is way of rationalization, students? What is in denominator we have? Take conjugate of that. Conjugate means the change the sign of iota, multiply with a conjugate up and down. This process completely we can do on the other side even. Okay, I'm pasting here. Okay, but make sure this is a value here, negative. Rest is everything same. Now, student, what is the technique now? So down part, first term match, second term match, signs opposite. You can multiply even then, student, no problem, but I do always this way. Square of 3 and minus square of iota. Upper part, I can multiply 1 3s are 3, 1 iota become iota, 3 3s are 9 iota, and 3 plus minus minus 3 iota to power 2. Okay. This is iota square minus 1 is plus 3, and 3 becomes 6. And 6 plus 8 iota divided by, this is negative 1 plus 9 plus 1, 10. And finally, I can say here, if I take 2 common and cancel with that, 3 over 5 and 4 over 5 iota. This is my first answer. Same process, students, here. 1 3 is a 3 minus iota minus 9 iota and plus 3 iota square. Down we have a square of 3 and square of iota. So make sure, student, again same process. This is will cancel out. This how come? This is the negative. It's negative 3 and negative 3 plus 3 cancel out. You understand well. And negative 10. And down is also we have a positive 10. And ultimately I got a 0 minus iota. So alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. I believe you got a point very clear. Question number 5. He said exact coordinates of this equation, stationary coordinates. And stationary coordinates means students' derivative must be 0. So let's start. What is the basic technique to do this kind of question? Quotient rule will apply. Quotient rule says what? If two values are dividing and we are differentiating, what is in denominator? Put square on it. Which you squared, keep as it is into differentiation of the numerator. And minus and then opposite, u into v dash. So let's try to do it. 1 minus x squared whole square. Which I squared, I'll copy in the numerator as it is. Into this derivative. First, I copy into power derivative, that is a 6x. Minus, now opposite, e to power 3x squared minus 1 into this derivative, 1 becomes 0 and 2x. And student, e to power 3, this is common out. Even 2x matching. So I can take 2 and 2 common out, x common out, exponential common out. 2x e to power 3x to power 2 minus common out. From here, this 3 left and this bracket left. And this is gone, this fully gone, negative into negative, positive. 1. And according to situation, student, I will put derivative 0 because stationary point. Okay. After this, what is the next plan? Next plan is this into 0 will finish. And I get this kind of function. Inside a bracket, 3 1s are 3 and 3x to power 2 and plus 1. I can say either this equals 0, this 0, or this 0. 1 by 1, all functions 0. 2x equal to 0, one choice. This equal to 0, second choice. And 3 plus 4 and 4 minus 3, x to power 2 equals 0. Okay, this never 0 because when you bring we want to bring power down, you take a logarithm, log of both sides. When I talk log of left side, no issue, but log of right side, log of 0 will give you undefined. And that is why this is not possible. It's gone. But here I got x is equal to 0, and he was asking coordinate of the stationary points. So x gone, I need y. This 0 replaced there. If I replace there, student, what happens? E to power 3 into 0 and minus 1 over 1 minus 0. And finally, I get e to power -1. Or I can say 1 over e. And finally, you got a coordinate 0, 1 over e. First coordinate done. Let's talk about second coordinate, students. So 3x square will go on the other side. X square is equal to 4 over 3. Take a root. Root of both sides, I get two answers. The root of 4 is 2, and root of 3 is root 3. But plus and minus, so I get two answers. Let's see, any condition? No condition. So it means we have to go for two answers. Okay, so this value I will plug in the top equation. Okay, let me write it. Y is equals to e to power 3x squared minus 1 over 1 minus x squared. So this equation I am bringing down, but I will copy two times. So one copy here and one here. Okay, so let's start, student, one by one. I'll solve. And when I plug in this value here, okay, let me check. So 3 times 2, 3 will cancel. Okay, let me check. So 2 divided by root 3 and square and minus 1. I get a 3. So y e to power 3. And when I plug in this value here, student, what will happen? 1 minus 4 divided by 3. I got a negative 1 over 3. So, student, this can flip, come up. So I got a negative 3 e to power 3. So finally, x is this one and y this one. So I get an answer 2 over root 3, comma, negative 3 e to power 3. So this is my answer number 2. Yeah. And now, student, I can go for the next. And if I plug in, luckily, because you see, student, x squared, it means if I plug in positive value or I put negative value, answer will come same. So I'm not wasting your time, and simple y is equal to the same answer. So finally, I get a negative 2 over root 3. And now here I want to address a very important thing, student, because you can have a one question in mind. Because maybe in Mark's scheme, he is writing this x in different way. And I'll show you that working. So have a look here. So 2 over root 3, if I rationalize, means root 3 up, root 3 down. So student, what will happen? I got 2 over root 3, and root 3 into root 3 give you 3 only. So this way writing and this way writing, both are correctly same. So I believe you got the point very clear. Hold on. Actually, in the beginning, it was 2 over root 3. So I hope so, students, you got the point very clear, and the question is over. And let's go for next question. Number 6. Show that this equation can be written in this form. And we have a double cos, you see. So we have 3 formulas for cos. Let me write all 3. Okay. And these formulas will help you a lot. One formula, cos squared theta minus sine squared theta. Formula, basically this half angle come here, half. And half angle goes there. Second formula, student, I can write what? 2 cos squared theta minus 1. Again, wait a minute. So cos double theta. Again, half angle goes there. Third formula. Cos double theta equals to 1 minus 2 sine square theta. Again, this half angle will come here. Okay. So I believe this is okay, but question come in our mind. We have to use which formula? Look, we have to convert whole question sign. So this is flopped reason because it give you sine cos mixture and it's tough to do. And this is also flop because I need a sine square, but it's a cos square. The third formula we use. So this value I'm going to replace here. And cot. How deal with the cot? Cot basically what formula? Cot formula is very clear. Cot is a cos square over sine square. So I'm writing here cos square theta over sine square theta and plus 1 minus 2 sine square theta is equals to 4. I replace, sorry. This is one mistake I have done and that I'm going to correct. I have to put a bracket and outside I put a 2 here. Logic is very clear. This 2 given outside and this is a whole value of the cos double theta. And I believe up till here, okay. Now student, what is the technique further? So this LCM cos sine square, I multiply whole equation with sine square, multiply with the sine square. So when I multiply sine square with this fraction, sine square cancel out, I will get a cos square theta. When sine square multiply with that outside, I can show the examiner like this. In the bracket 1 minus 2 and sine square theta and e is equals to 4. So student, this is a value of, it AS level formula is what? Cos square theta is equals to 1 minus sine square theta. It generates, very well how we can generate in the AS level. Okay, this whole thing multiply inside, I can say I got a 2 sine square theta and minus 4 sine 4 theta and equals to 4. So I bring all these values right side and I get equal to 0. So 4 sine 4 theta. And these two values, I got a plus sine square goes there, become minus sine square. And wait a minute. 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus. We are getting here 2 2s are 4. And 2 1s are 2. Wait a minute, student. 1 minus 2 sine square. And because I'm getting here, wait a minute, let me check again. Cos over sine, no mistake. 2, okay, 1 minus 2 sine square theta equals to 4. Oh, sorry, this sine square will multiply 4 also. So this means this is just a whole thing I would drag and slightly left side. So when this sine square multiply the 4 as well, it means all correct, only this I missed. Similarly, I can say here 4 sine square, and I can bring on the left-hand side. So minus 4 sine square theta is equals to 0. And now I can write again. So this I'm writing with a negative sign, students. Negative 4 sine 4 theta. Okay, this is a 2 and this is a 4. 4 plus 1, 5. Out of 5, 2 gone, 3 left. So I got a 3 sine square theta. And students, plus this plus 1 stay as it is. Multiply whole equation by minus 1. So I get it here sine square positive 4, and here positive, and 1 become negative. And that is proved. So proved. Okay, this is done. So what is I further asking? Show this done and next part. So look at here, student, the same question. No, or are you saying? Because this equation equal to that. And answer of this equation or answer of this equation. Opposite, answer of this equation, answer of this equation. So no issue at all. So it means he asking this answer. So what I will do, student, this equation I will copy paste. And I paste here. I just write by part A. By part A. Now, student, this is a sine square. I can go with assuming this is equal to k even, or I can write directly sine square theta is equals to A is 4. Or I can factorize even if you want to do it. So there are many ways are there. Sine square theta equal to k. Here I got a 4k square plus 3k minus 1 equal to 0. 4 ones are 4. So out of 4k, this 1k gone. So 4k common, I got a k plus 1, negative 1 common, and k plus 1. So ultimately, k plus 1 and 4k minus 1 equals to 0. I got two answers, negative 1 and 4k, or I can say k is equals to 1 over 4. And I put both values there. So sine square is equal to minus 1. And sine square is equal to 1 over 4. If I take a root here, so root of you know it very well, plus and minus minus root. So no solution, no real solution. Okay. Whereas here, if I take a root, students, I get a 1 over root 2 plus and minus, and 1 time positive and 1 time negative. So I got a sine theta is equals to 1 over root 2 positive, and sine theta is equals to minus 1 over root 2 negative. So I hope so this much is clear. So student, what I will do now, I will just go and solve this one. And let's see sine positive where. Sine positive is and where sine negative. But hold on, check which angle, 360 degree. So I have first answer is positive here and here, and due to negative I'm here and here. So here I take a principal angle when I take an inverse of 1 over root 2. It gives me, wait a minute. Oh, sorry, 4 root is 2. No, it is not coming root. Sorry for that, students. Clear. So that is why it is coming 30 degrees. So this is 30 degree. So 30 here and 30 here. So my first and 30 here and 30 here. Make sure there's a same, but only sign negative, and negative never include. So what is the first answer, student? First answer is this, second answer is here, third answer is here, and fourth answer is here. So first answer, I'm getting theta is 30 degree, second 180 minus 30, 150 degree. Third is 180 plus 30 is 210 degree. And last one is 330. And I hope so. You got a point very clear. Yes, so we got all 4 answers. Okay, question number 6 over. Question number 7. What is question number 7? We have implicit function. How to pronounce implicit function? So how we can do it, student? We have to make sure basically 2 properties, 2 rules we have. If we differentiate x to power 2, so 2 comes down, power 1 less. But if we differentiate same y square, so 2 comes down, power 1 less, but don't leave it here, times 2 base derivative, dy over dx. So same approach, if I have a differentiation of y cube, 3 comes down, power 1 less, 2 into base is y. So some students can ask me, sir, why not doing here? Because differentiating x with respect to x is 1. So 1 you write or you don't write, no problem. So let's apply this property here. X cube, 3 comes down and power 1 less into base x, and that is a 1. But when you're dealing this kind of question, 2 comes down, power 1 less into base y, and y derivative is dy over dx. This is a 6x into 1 because x derivative is 1. And plus 3y becomes 3 dy over dx is equal to 0 because a lone number derivative is 0. I have two derivatives. I will take common out. If I take common out, students, this 2y and 3 left. 2y plus 3. And the other end is these two values will go there, negative 3x to power 2, negative 6x. And negative common, I get this, and 3x to power 2 plus 6x. And this will divide over. And we, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, you can see from here, we have proved. So I think basic formulas are very clear. Let's go for the next part. Next part is saying that find the coordinates or the point, the curve, tangent parallel to x-axis. Here I'll just give you extra knowledge. Two things are there. If line parallel to x-axis, it has a 0 gradient. If a parallel to y-axis has a 1/0 gradient. So because it's parallel to x-axis, so I will put derivative equals to 0. M0 or means derivative 0. Same thing. And this equation I will take from here, students. Copy and paste. Paste. And I put derivative 0 here. So I think clear. So this will multiply there, will finish automatically. And I get 0 equals to, and this negative also goes down. So 3x to power, wait a minute. This I think is a y maybe. Let me check. No. Oh, matching. 3x squared minus 6. Yes, it's 3x squared. It's all correct. Okay. So I have taken this one, multiplied into 0, and negative multiply with gone also. So we have this left. Now we can take 3x common, and I got a x plus 2 equal to 0. Either this is 0 or the other 0. 3x is equal to 0 or x plus 2 is equal to 0. I got x 0 and x becomes negative 2. But look at the question here. Any condition given here? No condition given. But I need this equation, x cube plus y cube plus 3x to power 2 plus 3y equal to 4. Let me read again. Let's check again. Cube. Sorry, this is a square. This is a square. Okay. And all correct. So copy or cut and bring it here. Okay, student, I will paste 2 times, one here, and one I will paste here. And I will use both. So when I plug in x0 here, gone, x0 gone. So I get xy to power 2 plus 3y minus 4 is equal to 0. Okay. And after this, okay. Same way I plug in x minus 2. When I plug in minus 2 here, I get what? Negative 8. Y squared copy. When I plug in minus 2 here, so this give you 4, 3 is at 12. And plus 3y copy equal to 4. This and this will give you 4 y square plus 3y plus 4 equal to 4. 4 cancel out. I get y square plus 3y equal to 0. I got two equations, students. One by one I will solve. I will take common from here, y plus 3. I got two answers, 0 and y is equals to minus 3. It means, students, we are getting here, student, look at here. This gets this one. So x is negative 2, y is 0. X is negative 2, minus 3. Repeat. This x, this y, and this x, this y. So I got two pairs from here. Now, same story, I can work here. 4 ones are 4. Yes, I can factorize. And y common, lot of algebra you can observe here. Negative 1 common, y plus 4 is equals to 0. Y plus 4 and y minus 1 is equals to 0. I got two answers, 1 and negative 4. So I got it, what? 1 and 0, x0, y1, x0, y negative 1. So student, I believe you got a point clear. Okay, and let me check. Finally, I get x0. Okay, y1 and -4, and x -2, and y is 3 and -3. I think idea is very clear, and we got 4 answers. So let's go for next question. Question number 8 we have now. Question number 8 says what? We have given differential equation. You can see here. So you know what is the method to do this kind of question? First, we have to do separation of variables. Step number 1, separation of variables. And make sure he said express y in terms of x. So we have to make y subject. So separation of variables mean dx will multiply here, job number 1. Okay, but because I have to make a y subjects, all values of y will come left side. So 1 over cos square 3y into dy. This will go under it. So 1 over e to power 4x dx. You see all y variable left side, all x right hand side. Now I'll just try the word integrate. So I'll get this, but you know 1 over cos square, we can't integrate. And so 1 over cos is equals to secant square. Even this, I have to bring it up. So e to power negative 4x. And what is integration of secant square, student? Tan 3x. Not only this, divided by angle's derivative. And what about this? First keep as it is, then divided by powers differentiation. Plus C is compulsory. Okay, now what is the next plan? I have to plug in these two limits, do initial conditions. I'll say put y is equals to 0, x is equal to 2. So when I plug in 0 here, tan 0 is 0. So this full 0. When I plug in 2 here, I get e to power negative 8 by negative 4. So students, what to do? I have to simplify. If I bring this on the other end, c is equals to this negative will finish automatically. And I can write as it is even, or I can write 1 over 4 e to power 8 to make the power positive. And this value of c, I'm going to plug in it here. Put in 1. So when I put in 1, students, what will happen? So tan, okay, write it here, tan 3y over 3 is equals to negative 1 over 4 e to power 4x. I made power positive, and c value 1 over 4 e to power 8. Now, our target is to make what? 3y, y subject. So how to get this kind of thing? Have a look. First of all, this 3 we have to eliminate. And then eliminate tan, then eliminate 3. So step by step. Make sure this is the angle. You can't cancel this 3. Make sure this is an angle. So first of all, this 3 will multiply there. So we will get negative 3 over 4 e to power 4x. Positive 3 over 4 e to power 8. And now I'll leave 3 here and 10 will go there. So due to negative sign, I bring in the right hand side and this in the left hand side. So no issue at all. So 3 over 4 e to power 8 and minus 3 over 4 e to power 4x. Now, students, finally, what I can do, this is a 3, I will divide, and there's a last form of our answer. 1/3, 10 inverse. So, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. You got a whole idea of the question. And this is our final answer. Let's go for the next question. Okay, yes. Next question is number 9. He said do partial fraction. And what is the method? So let's go to try to solve the question. Okay, so first of all, write as it is. This 2 and 2 minus x. What is the way of writing? Because this power 2, this is called quadratic. This power 1 is called linear. Above the quadratic, students, and what we will write? Above the quadratic, because power 2 is called quadratic, we write ax plus b. The format cx plus d, px plus k. This will come whenever power 2 involves. And when power 1 involved, we will put only one variable. I believe you got a point. After this, I have to get rid of the denominators. So multiply, you take LCM and cross multiply, or multiply the whole equation with left-hand side denominator always. When you multiply this with here, so this will cancel out. So the numerator will left behind. I'm writing here. So 17 negative 7x plus 16 is equals to. When I multiply with this factor, so this will cancel. So this will stay beside of ax plus b. But technically, some students do mistake here. This is a mistake because it looks like b is multiplying inside and totally wrong. Actually, we have to put a full bracket. It means both values are multiplying inside. These mistakes I observe commonly. Okay, and now when this multiply with this factor, what will happen? This cancels. This will stay beside of c. And now what to do onwards? I will plug in one by one. So first of all, I will plug in this equal to 0. So 2 minus x equal to 0. X is equal to, so put in a whole equation 2. And when I kept 2 here, left-hand side, so let's see 17 times to 4 minus 7 times to 2 and plus 16. Let me recheck. I'm getting 70. Left-hand side, I get 70. When I plug in 2 here, 2 minus 2, 0, as I said. So this full becomes 0. And when I plug in here, 2 square 4 to 12, 12 plus 2, 14. And you can see this, I get the C value is equals to 5. First, I plug in this part equal to 0. Now, can I plug in this part equal to 0? Look, I show you. No, we can't put quadratic reason. If I bring 2 on the other side, so negative 2 by 3. If I take a root of this, it's not possible. So that is why I will not put this equal to 0. I can put any other number. An ideal number is 0. So when I plug in 0 here, 0 gone, 16 will stay behind. When I plug in 0 here, it will finish. 0 here, it will finish. So 2b will left behind from here. When I plug in 0 here, this will finish. So 2c will be there behind. C will go there, 2 5s are 10. And I can say 16 is equals to 2b plus 10. And b becomes very clear 3 because it's subtract, we got a 6 to divide, we got a 3. So now I can, because one variable left, so I can plug in any number. I can put even 100 or 1000, but ideal number to put is 1. When I plug in 1 here, so let's see, 17 plus 16 and 1 is 7. Look, I repeat, I plug in 1 here, and I'm getting what here? 26. When I plug in 1 here and 1 here, so 2 minus 1 is 1, it will eliminate, and here a plus b. And when I plug in 1 here, I get a 5. Okay, students, so 26, A value unknown, B value 3, and C value is 5. 5s are 25. So 25, it becomes 1 because it becomes 1 equal to A plus 3. And finally, A becomes a negative 2. So I hope so clear. Or I can write directly 26 minus 25 and minus 3 equals to A. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, and I will take the top equation, students. I will paste here. And I replace A, B, C. Look, I erase A, B, and C. A value is negative 2, B value is 3, and C value is 5. I recheck once again. A value negative 2, B value is 3, and C value is 5. Yes, I think all done, correct? Part number 2, he said that expansion we required, okay, up including x cube. So till x cube, we have to expand. And if you know the formula, I repeat, what is the formula? 1 plus b to power n. 1 plus the product of these two, nb. It is available in formula sheet. N into n minus 1 over 2 factorial into square of b. And now I'm expanding last one, n into n minus 1, n minus 2 over 3 factorial and square cube of b, and so on, so forth. I think the idea is clear. So students, so now I'm to apply, but this formula only applicable if I have a here plus 1. So this plus 1 is must. Otherwise, we cannot apply this formula. Check it here, student. Do we have here 1 available in denominator? No. Do we have here again? No. So part number B, I'll start from here. What I will do some changes. How we can make it 1 here? Don't try to make a 1 because very hard. So this 2. So take 2 common. I get this, and this x, this one, 2 will come under it. For example, 5x plus 7. If I take 5 common, so this is this, and out of 7, when 5 is not available, so 5 will go in denominator. And you want to check it, 5 into x, 5x, 5 into this, 5 cancel, we get a 7 back. It means, so this way is okay. So numerator will not change at all. What about this same story? I'll take 2 common, I get a 1 minus x over 2. Now, students, I can bring it up and I can start. This half still exists there because half 2. Upper numerator is there available, and this will go up. And finally, I will get power negative 1. This 5 by 2 and 1 minus x over 2 to power negative 1. So this I will call as equation number 1. Students, let's apply formula in 2 situations, here and here. Okay. So let's see how we can apply. And I think I must take whole part. And I'm writing now here. Half times 2 negative 2x plus 3 times 2 1 plus 3x squared by 2 to power negative 1. So luckily, students, this is I will not go more than 2 terms. Why? because this power 2, when I plug in here, 2 inside, 2 outside, 2 to the 4, it means first two terms enough. First two terms enough. I mean to say, how to expand it, you know, the first value is a 1, I will write. Second formula is NB, the power in second term. So power in second term, multiply. So I get a -1 into, sorry for little space issue. 3x to power 2 by 2 and so on. You can ask me why you could not open the second part, because if I keep power 2 inside, so 2 inside and 2 outside, 2 to the 4, and I have to open till power 3 maximum. So that is the reason I believe you're understanding. I get here 1 minus 3x squared by 2. Now, students, I will simplify. What is method? Is multiply and multiply, same process like here. I got a -2x. And when this multiply with this, negative, negative, positive, this 2 will cancel with this 2. I will get x cube plus 3 and minus 9 over 2x to power 2. Half will go inside negative x and plus half x cube and plus 3 by 2 and minus 9 over 4 times 2x to power 2. The first part is done. So this part is, students, over. So let's go for the second part, which is here. So I'm writing 5 over 2. And 1 minus x over 2. And formula I'm going to apply. What formula says, you can see clearly, 5 by 2 as it is, formula is 1 plus NB, N into B. Now, what is the next? N into N minus 1, N into N minus 1 over 2 factorial into square of the second function. And now I will write the third term. So it will take a space. And what is method to write? N into, you can see from the top, N minus 1 into N minus 2 over 3 factorial into cube. And 5 by 2. Now I'm writing 1 plus x by 2. And this, students, it will cancel out. And I get a plus x to power 2 over 4. And what about the other one? You know, this will cancel out and we will get a -1. You can type in calculator, and this negative into negative positive, and x to power 3 or 8. So I'm multiplying, I get a 5 by 2 plus 5x over 4 plus 5x squared over 8 and 5x cubed over 16. This is another part. Now what to do, okay, students? So I will solve. So constant and constant. I show you 3 by 2 come from there and 5 by 2 from here. Next part, x coefficient from -1 and that. So -1 and plus 5 upon 4, x remain outside. Now x squared coefficient, what is -9 by 4? And from here, plus 5 by 8. And now I'm going for what, students? Last x cube. X cube is what? X cube is half from here, and this 5 by 16. So I'm writing here half and 5 by 16 x cube. Okay, let me recheck once again. X cube. 1 minute, let me check. Yeah, this is a one correction, x into x square, I got x cube. So this 3 I missed. So I must write 3x, this one, so 3 by 2. So it means this is 3 by 2. Okay, student, now just a matter of typing in calculator. And when I type in calculator 1 by 1, this is the first one, so 5 plus 8, I get a 4. And what is the second one, student? I just type in calculator. So it's a 4 1 is a 4, and minus 4 plus 5 give you 104. This is take LCM 8, and I get a negative 13 over 8 x to power 2. This LCM 16, so 8 so 24, 24 plus 29 over 16 x to power q. And this is our final answer, and I believe you got a point. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, the point is very clear. So this is part is completely over. So slightly bring it up. Now what a question is asking for the next part. State the set of the values of x for this expansion b is valid and give exact form. You know what, student, what is the technique we always apply here? These value have no effect, no problem, but effect will come from this expansion and this expansion. And basically inside, what is this one, including the signs I will take. Look, I show you 3x to power 2 over 2 modulus should be less than 1. This is an actual spirit. Same, the other one, x by 2 modulus should be less than 1. So this is the main thing for validity. This part should be less than 1, and this part should be less than 1, and must take modulus. So let's try to solve it. I take from here and I move here. So this is a 2 multiplies there and 3 divide. Okay, students, I get what? 1 minute, please. I think best technique to do it. First off, I will do like this. I show one, basically when I remove the modulus, it comes like this. 1 time plus, 1 time minus. 2 multiplies there. Or you can first eliminate, okay, no problem. Even here, I can eliminate the negative sign first with the modulus, and then I can write like this. Okay. A student, this 2 will go there, negative 2, 3 divides. Here, same 2 over 3, take the root of the both side. And what about this student? Negative 2, positive 2. Now, your student, if you see here carefully, okay, and what is the important thing here? I just tell you one thing. And before I just let me type in a calculator and show you 2 over 3 in a root form is giving 0.8. This is 0.8, 0.8. And I show a number line, then you can understand negative, positive 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2. So positive 0.8 and negative 0.8 is coming here. This part, okay? And the negative 2, positive 2 we have here. So students, what is the common region between both? So naturally, this part is a common between both. So it means this is my answer. It come from here, and this is our final answer. And I believe you got a point very clear. So this is our final answer. Modulus of x, or you can not write like this, write this. But how to write it with the convert in the modulus form? So modulus of x is less than root 2 by 3. Let me shift it up more left-hand side. So this is the inequality we are looking for, and this is the final answer. And I believe you got a point clear. Okay, so let's go for next question. Number 10, equation of tangent to the curve at a point when x is pi by 2. Where is a pi by 2? He did not give you any value, okay? So tangent, the curve pi by 2. So it means that first of all, I will plug in the equation because I'm looking for y coordinate. So pi by 2 times 2 cos 2 times 2 pi by 2. And if I check it, cos pi is -1, so negative pi by 2. So I get a y coordinate negative pi by 2. So point turn to be pi by 2 and negative pi by 2. Equation of tangent, basically formula what we have, students, you know it very well. Okay, wait a minute. Maybe I have to use a product formula here, students. So I am doing product formula. So y equal to x cos double x. What a basic student formula, you know it very well. First x copy, second derivative, now cos double x copy and x derivative, 1 by 1. So this copy, this derivative, this copy, this derivative, 1 by 1. Cos differentiation is a negative sign 2x into 2. This 2 come from angle. Don't forget this 2. And x derivative is 1. Obviously, you know it. I will put this is a done. Now I will just simplify. And don't put the limits until you simplify the maximum. Done. Before I move on, I will tell you one thing and make sure, because you are students of A2 and you are joining university level, so you must know these crosses, this cross per sine and this cross per cos. And then as teacher, I always follow it. This sine 0 is 0. Horizontally, actually sine 0. So sine pi also 0. Up and down 1. So sine pi by 2 is 1. Sine 3 pi by 2 is -1. Don't forget it. And cos total opposite. Cos here 0. Cos pi by 2 giving 0. Cos pi by 2 give you 0. And cos 3 pi by 2 give you 0. But cos right side is 1 and cos left side it will give you -1. That is why you see I kept here -1. So I hope so, student, this is very clear. And now I'm going to, so I think it's very clear. I can plug in this pi by 2 here and here and here. So I'm writing here at x is equal to pi by 2. It will give me the gradient. So m is equals to negative. Okay, first of all, when you plug in pi by 2 here, 2 to cancel sine pi. Sine pi is 0. So we don't waste time. Simple, right here 0. And what about cos? Cos, this is giving you -1. So gradient is becoming -1. I believe you got it because cos pi is -1. So this best idea, you memorize these crosses or you can use calculator, no problem. But is this way your speed can be accelerated. Okay. You can accelerate your speed. Y minus y1, m times 2x minus x1. Y1 I just found here on top, negative pi by 2. Negative pi by 2. Grade -1 and x is pi by 2. So y minus pi by 2 and negative x plus pi by 2. And pi by 2 plus pi by 2, when it goes there, it will add in pi by 2, give you only pi. Only pi. And finally, if you check, your answer is coming y is equals to -x plus pi. This is our equation of tangent. And I believe this part is very clear. Okay. And one minute, let me check. Is there negative and y is negative? Sorry, this y is negative. So I must put negative. This become positive in this sense, then pi by 2 will cancel out. So we get this answer only. You can show this answer. I think idea is very, very clear. Or you can write, bring left hand side, but both are correct. No problem. Find exact area of the shear region. You can see that. Okay, this shear region, but problem is only one. What is that problem? What is this value? And that value y must 0. So I will take x cos, it means I will must plug in y0 here. So let's start. X cos 2x. So put y is equal to 0. Either x is 0 or the whole thing is equal to 0. X0 not possible. Why? Because if x0, this 0 full question becomes 0. And function will finish automatically. Second part equal to 0, cos 0 where? I just said you 2 points. You see, is a very helpful cos up and down along y-axis. Along y-axis, it means cos pi by 2, we get a 0, and cos 3 pi by 2. You know, students, your calculator will give you this value, but it will not give you this value. So that is why you are bound to memorize. I get a pi by 2 and I got a 3 pi by 2. But luckily, this 2 will divide. I get a pi by 4 and I get a 3 pi by 4. But actually, it is cutting at 2 points. So see, it means this first is pi by 4 and this is second one, 3 pi by 4. So we don't need this point. So luckily, you can escape it. It means, so what is the starting limit is 0, x is 0. Ending limit is x is that one. So 0 to pi by 4. So what is the area for formula basically about x-axis, x1, x2, y, dx. Okay, what is x1? 0. What is x2? Pi by 4. And what is equation that you know it very well? X cos double x. I think this part is very clear, students. Now, if you look at carefully, we have to go for by parts. By parts formula, we have L, A, sorry, L, A, T, E, late. Or I just L for logarithm, A for algebra, T for trigonometry, E for exponential. And I write I am late. Okay, and what does I stand for? I stand for inverse functions. So it means from top to bottom, student, what is basic criteria? V and U. Like if these functions to come together, so this will behave as a V, this will behave as a U. If this come together, this upper is V, lower is U. Same story, logarithm inverse, so log will behave as a V and inverse will behave as a U. I think clear. And now here algebra and trigonometry. X is algebra and this is trigonometry. So trigonometry is above, so T will behave as a V and this will behave as a U. And we have a formula, I'm going to write it here. Formula is what's U and V. Basically what we technique, U function copy without any change times 2 integration of V. It means I will write this way, minus a big sign of integral, bracket starts, bracket ends, dx. And this again, V integration. I mean, what you have done here, copy paste. Even I do it here. Just I show you, then you can understand. This copy and this paste. I believe you got it. Why I'm copy pasting here. Times 2 differentiation. Look, we are doing integration, but here differentiation will come what? A function of U. And I believe you got the formula. So I'm going to apply now, get ready. And what is method of applying? Hold on, let me shift it up because I'm going to apply formula. So let's apply. Formula I'm showing you, I'm going to use area. So according to plan, you copy. So you copy, call V integration. So I'm showing you first, I'm not applying formula, I'm not applying integrations minus a big sign of integral. You can see here, bracket starts and bracket ends and dx must. And then this same integration, I just copy paste cos double x, dx must write. And differentiation of u, I mean dy over dx of x. And limits I'm not writing now, and x. What is integration of cos? You know it very well. Sine double x divided by angle. Same I'm writing here. Sine double x divided by 2. X derivative with respect to x is 1. It is a very clear. Now, students, I just write once again x sine double x by 2. Okay, this 1/2 can bring outside, and I can show you half outside, inside I got sine. And best technique, whenever you have this kind of thing, please simplify as maximum as possible before you plug in the values. Okay, students. Now, this I'm putting limits x sine double x by 2 with the limit 0 to pi by 4. This half I'm writing outside. What is sign integration? Negative cos 2x by 2, a limit 0 to pi by 4. Interesting, pi by 4, just crosses again, you keep in mind, okay? And space problem, I can't show you here. Anyway, when I plug in pi by 4 here, so it give you pi by 2. Pi by 2 is called 90 degree, and sine 90 is 1. So I get what here, students? I'm getting here, pi by 4 comes here, and this 4 will go down, so pi by 8. Pi by 8. And when I plug in this value here, I get a 1. So no need to waste time. And 0, 0 plug in here become full 0. So no need to waste time. I just write 0. This negative goes out. I got a plus, even. This 2 will go out. I got a 4. Inside only cos. Pi by 4, keep it here. Cos pi by 2. Cos pi by 2 is always 0. You know it along y-axis. Cos pi by 2 is 0. And when I plug in 0 here, cos 0 is 1. So minus formula, and I got a 1. And ultimately, student, the answer is coming pi by 8 and minus 1/4 unit square. This is my ultimate answer, and I believe you got a point. So alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen, I believe the concept is very clear. Formula I'm not erasing, so if you need, you can copy from here. Number 11 question. He's saying this is a line given equation, and AB has a position, vectors this. So OA given by him, that is a -2 and +2 and -1. And OB given by him is 3, -1, and +1. Find a unit vector in direction of L. In direction of L, L line is this. Direction of L is this. It's called B. I call as a direction. This -1, 1, and 2. How to find unit vector? Students' formula of unit vector is vector divided by its magnitude. Its magnitude. So vector, I'm writing -I plus j and plus 2k. Actually, I got from here. Vector, and divided by what, students? The magnitude is what? Square of this, every value, 1 plus 1 plus 4. I got 6 root. So this 1/√6, you can write -I plus j and plus 2k. This is our answer. Or you can write many format available, even write this way, acceptable. This is called unit vector of B, and I give a B cap. B cap's called unit vector. And I think this part is clear. Let's go for the next part. The line M passes through AB. Line M passes through AB. Okay, it means another line is given. It passes through A and B. Actually, we can write R is equals to OA plus lambda times 2 OAB, and make sure it's ending starting same. Or we can write OB here. If I start from OA, then I write this way. If I start from OB, I write like BA. Make sure this is a starting point same. And lambda, he used lambda already. So I will use some other letter, and I use mu. Okay, I use the top one, R is, but first of all, I need a AB. So how to get AB, student, is a very clear OB minus OA. OB minus OA, and OB minus OA. And OB is what? 3, -1, and 1. And this is a -2, 2, and -1. Let me recheck. -2. Okay, right. And finally, this is minus plus. I got a 5. And I got this one is coming with -3, and this is 2. So AB direction is very clear, and I'm writing finally OA. What is the writing? Final OA plus mu times 2ab. I plug in the values OA coming here, which is -2 to -1, and mu times 2AB is 5, 1 is 3, and 2. So I believe this is very clear. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Let's go for next. He said they are parallel to each other. Determine whether they're parallel or not. What is technique? I'll convert this as standard form. What is standard form, students? So mu multiply inside and add them. So I got a -2 plus 5 mu and 2 plus minus 3 mu and -1 plus 2 mu. This I convert this in standard form. So I cut from here and paste. So I got a, this is standard forms I'm writing. So I'm writing the word standard forms of both line. There's an M line, and let's talk about L line. L line I'm writing directly here. So I got I from here and minus lambda from here, I minus lambda. So this is -2 from here and from here, wait a minute, -2, and this mu lambda is only lambda comes here. So from here, -3 comes from here and lambda into 2, so 2 lambda. So plus 2 lambda. This is a R is equal to third, line number L. So cut from here and paste here. Okay, so line M is this and line L is this, because they intersect. So naturally, if I assume, so at the point where they intersect, at that point, this I equal, JJ equal, KK equal, and I write if they intersect, if I will assume if they intersect. So I will make 3 equations: -2 plus 5 mu equal to 1 minus lambda. Second equation, 2 minus 3 mu equal to -2 plus lambda. I think you're understanding, student, what I am doing. So from here and from here, I'll make 3 equations. So I got a 5 mu plus lambda equals to 3. From here, I got 3 mu plus lambda is equals to 4. And you know what I'm doing, you can understand from here, 2 mu minus 2 lambda is equals to -2. And I got a 3 equations. So I think clear. So I got equation 1, equation 2, equation 3. I will take any 2 equations. So 1 minus 2 will give us, so I just solve these 2 equations. Okay, I copy them and paste here. Reason, I want to cancel any one variable. So sign change, this cancel. I got a 2 mu is equals to -1. Mu becomes -1 over 2. And this I plug in any, but don't use third equation. So I use it, put it in the first one. So 5, -5 over 2, because when I copy it here, and plus lambda equal to 3, and lambda equal to 6 plus 5, 11 by 2. I got both values, student, and now I just checking. This is called checking. Very important criteria to check it, they cut or not. So both values I will put untouched equation, which is not done, not used up till now. Put in 3. So 2 times to mu value and 2 times to lambda value. If left and right will match, they intersect. If they don't match, don't intersect. 2 cancel, 2 cancel. I got -12, -2. They are not equal to each other, so don't intersect. So don't intersect. And if they don't intersect, so students, what I can say, so they are parallel to each other. Okay, so they are parallel, so proved. So L and M are parallel to each other. And I believe you got the point very clear. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, the topic is very clear and paper is completely done. Best of luck for the exam. I hope so. You will do good, inshallah. In coming exam, please redo those questions which you done some mistakes. So, and pray for me. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.